Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be discussing, how to generate quality leads in Google Ads in the new year, right? So a lot of things have changed, right? Google Broad Match, things like that, but this is a tried and true method that we're seeing is still effective. And you're going to want to stay to the very end because we're going to show a tool that we utilize in all of our, paid search campaigns that helps really focus in on your audience. So when we look at the just the basic KPIs, right, key performance indicators of this campaign, we're seeing a 25% conversion rate. When you put this in perspective, when you look up average Google Ads conversion rates, you're going to get around 2 to 4%. So literally 1 out of every 4 clicks converts, and that's one of the big reasons behind that is in our keywords, right? We are targeting exact match keywords. We're making sure that those keywords are inside our landing pages and inside our ads, right? So that's number one. And then you look at this cost per conversion. This example, when you're bidding on leads on Google, it can get really expensive, right? You've got huge brands investing millions of dollars, right? So if you're able to get sustainable $88 cost per conversion at a conversion rate of 25%, this campaign is infinitely scalable, right? So we can dive right into the keywords to really show you how we're doing this, right? So when you go to the keywords, again, this is an exact match campaign. Every keyword in this campaign here, actually, let's go back, click on the campaign, go to keywords. Okay, so you see every keyword here is going to be exact match, and we go into Keyword Planner to get the ball rolling, and I'll link to another video on how I find keywords for my campaigns, right, using Keyword Planner. But number one, you get these in an exact match. Number two, you're going to go to search terms, right? Once you go live with your first batch of keywords, you're going to want to dig in here and figure out, okay, what are people actually searching, right? So a lot of people don't understand there's a big difference between search keywords and search terms, right? Search keywords are essentially what you're bidding on, right? So first time home buyer, real estate agent, annuities in near me, HVAC business, right? Those are your keywords, what you're bidding on. Your search terms are often outside of what your keyword is, right? So if you're bidding on HVAC near me, right? Someone might search 5-star HVAC in Boise, Idaho, and that might trigger it depending on the match type, right? Then you look at your match type. So you've got 3 match types. You've got exact match, phrase match, and broad match. So exact match generally, there's a 95 to 100% match on that. So if you're bidding on, you know, um, mortgage broker near me, the term is generally going to be mortgage broker near me, mortgage brokers, plural near me, or even a misspelling variation. And then and then broad match is going to be completely outside of what your keyword is, right? So if you're bidding on HVAC businesses, you might get home service repair, right? It kind of focuses more on the intent of the user and less so on what they're actually searching. So you got to be really careful with broad match. And then phrase match usually has, words that are in that phrase, right? So if you're bidding on, real estate agent, you might get real estate agent in Jacksonville, Florida, or in Raleigh, North Carolina, right? So it's going to be an adaptation of that. The way we get really increased conversion rates is that we only bid on exact match variations in this campaign, right? So we're going to go to the search terms and we're going to filter by clicks and see, okay, what's generating most of these clicks? And have we added this to our keyword load, right? So what we'll do is we'll scan through these keywords. A lot of times, most of the time, like this is all in line with what we're bidding, with what this campaign wants to be, right? So we will highlight them, or we'll just download this whole batch into a Google Sheet, and then we'll dive in even deeper, and we will convert these search terms into exact match, right? So we can get a really focused keyword build out that is really based on real user data in my marketplace today. And that really, we see huge increases in conversion rates and click-through rates. Again, our click-through rates around 14%, our conversion rates around 25%. Those are, insanely scalable numbers. And then the second piece to this is going into negative keywords. And you're building out negative keywords. Every day when you launch a campaign, you go to the search terms report, and you start digging into the data, all right? What keywords do we want to negate? It could be, if you're in the mortgage real estate world, credit, low income, low property prices, things like that, zip codes, things like that, right? If you're in the HVAC business, you might want to negate repair, home service, things that aren't exactly what you do. If you're in the financial services industry and you want, life insurance, but you're not doing annuities, you might want to add annuities, things like that, right? The search terms will really tell you exactly what you should add to your negatives. So go back to the search terms really quickly, filter by cost. You can even add a few filters, right? So you can go to, click-through rate, right? Or even conversions. You can say, okay, I want to find what is driving most the cost, but has zero conversions, right? Or I'm sorry, no, we got to filter this the other way. Okay, so what has most the cost but is driving zero conversions? And you can kind of go through this and be like, okay, I don't want to bid on these keywords. Export, convert to exact match, and then add it to a negative keyword list, right? That is going to be extremely impactful, right? So, when you go through your campaign settings, there's a lot of things you can or can't click, but the power in generating quality leads at a scalable ROI is going to be that search terms battle, right? The negative and the target, and just keep, pivoting off that in your optimizations every single day. When we actually dive into the settings, right, this campaign is going to be pretty straightforward. If you've seen my videos, I like to get as much control as I can, right? We have a broad match style campaign that we run. This is not it, right? This is when you've got certain ad dollars, you want certain leads, and you want to just convert that at a certain rate and scale it. You're going to keep your goals at the account conversion goals, customer acquisition. You're not going to bid for new customers. You're going to be able to do that, manually in this campaign style. You're going to want to target your location and then exclude other locations. And for this style, we're doing manual CPC because we've got a good hold on this, right? With exact match, you're pulling the levers, not Google. If this was a broad match campaign, then I would tell you, go to maximize conversions and let Google just find the customers based on their user behavior online, right? This is not that. You've got to take full control of this campaign. And part of that is manually bidding, right? And then, if you're going to do that, you're going to need to go into locations and to ad schedule. And the way I've got this campaign configured, I only bid on certain hours. I pull back bids on other hours. So you have to get really granular, but it's extremely effective. And like I said, I wanted to kind of touch on a tool and a tactic that we utilize that a lot of agencies don't utilize. It's actually click fraud protection. About 1 in every 8 clicks is fraudulent. So we have a click fraud vendor that actually helps us deter bad traffic. So in the last month, we've grabbed 100 clicks. 5% of our traffic has been invalid, whether that's click fraud, bots, click farms, or even competitors, and we put them in IP exclusion lists. And then we push them back into Google Ads using a quick API. It's pretty simple, right? And we're able to save, in this account, over $2,000 in the last few months, and then reinvest that back in the campaign. And that's part of why our conversion rates are so high. And like I said, this is all about focusing on quality over quantity and making it, scalable from a revenue standpoint. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like this video on, lead generation in your business, give us a like, subscribe for more of similar content, and hope to see you on the next one.